Good morning. Here's our jump lesson for the next 2 days, pages 134 to 135. And we start off with kind of a project in place of a mini boss. I put it on the math document on Thursday. So using tape or yarn, make a line on the floor that's 1 foot long. You could use a ruler for that. But you might want to find a measuring tape or a yardstick to help you with this project. Measure your foot against the line, see if it's shorter, longer, or equal to 1 foot. Then make a long line on the floor. Make it as long as you can, up to 10 feet, if you have enough space to make 10 foot, to mark 10 feet. If you can't get 10 feet, try for 5. And then measure the line with your feet and see how many of your feet fit in the line. So how many of your feet fit in a measured 5-foot line, and how many of your feet fit in the 10-foot line. And then last, fill out this chart. It's also in the math document, so that'll be easier to see. But over here you put how many of your feet fit in 5 feet, how many of your feet fit in 10, and then if you know that, you can figure out, using math, how many of your feet would fit in 15 and 20. I hope you try it. I'd be curious to see how different your foot measurement is. Mine will be very boring because my feet are large and are about the actual length of a 1 foot measurement. So mine wouldn't be very different, but yours might be more fun. All right. So if you look at your ruler or your yardstick or your measuring tape, you will see that probably in place of 12 inches, it will say 1 foot. And we can abbreviate like this, in foot. But if you want to be the ultimate lazy mathematician, which you definitely do, 12 inches is written with 2 little marks like this, and 1 foot is written with 1 little mark. So if I wanted to write, 15 feet, that's my lazy way. If I wanted to write 15 inches, that's the lazy way. All right, so you can estimate feet. If your foot in the project was not about 1 foot long, like mine would be, you can still estimate feet. You can use your arm. So what you do to find out how to estimate feet with your arm is you just hold up your arm and then you measure from the elbow to the wrist and see if that is close to 1 foot. If it's not, measure from your elbow to your knuckles and see if that is close to 1 foot. And if that is too short, then put your fingertips out straight and measure from your elbow to your fingertips, and then use that. So see which one of those works the best, and that way you can estimate with your arm without even having a ruler, because it's kind of cool to be lazy and not measure it, but just make an estimate. Okay. Feet and inches. So you can check your measuring tape and see if it says on there when it gets to, like, say this is your measuring tape and it's going to go on. It's going to start at 0 inches, right? And then it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then it'll be 12 inches. But a lot of times it will mark 1 foot. If it also says 12 inches, then that's easy, but it might just say 1 foot. And then you'll notice on this side it says 11 inches, and this side it says 13 inches. So you could guess that this mark will be 12 inches. And that can be useful when you get up to, okay, this is 12 feet. it could be helpful if you want to figure out how many inches that you can look on this side and you can look on this side if you want to use your measuring tape. All right. I guess I should. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you can look at your ruler for this part. 1 foot is 12 inches. So how many inches would be in 2 feet? If you look on your lovely ruler or yardstick or measuring tape, then you probably say, okay, here was 1 foot. Here is 2 feet. On this side, and I'll say 23 inches. On this side, I'll say 25 inches. So you can guess this is going to be 24 inches. Of course, you can also say, well, 12 inches are in 1 foot, so 24 inches will be in 2 feet. And then this will be 36 and 48. So you might notice you can multiply this number by 12, and you'll get 12 inches. Multiply 2 by 12, you'll get 24 inches. So if you multiply, you take your feet and you multiply by 12, then you'll get inches. All right, so this is just some practice. Go ahead and find how many inches are in each measurement. Okay, hopefully you have tried this, paused it and tried it. So 10 times 12 is 120. So you'd have 120 inches. 12 times 12 is 144. You'd have 144 inches. And then here you'd get 480 inches and 1,140 inches if you multiplied. So for this one, you might actually need to draw it out. 95 times 12. Okay, and now we'll compare some measurements. Which measurement is larger? So we have 1 foot or 14 inches. So you want to decide which is larger, and it's kind of hard to compare when they're not the same measurement, because this is feet and this is inches. So I'm going to convert this to inches. 12 inches or 14 inches, which one's bigger? 14 inches is bigger. Here's another example. Go ahead and try this. And hopefully you tried converting feet to inches. So here is 36 inches compared to 30 inches. And 36 inches is larger. Okay, so here are a few practice problems. Please pause the video and give them a try. Okay, I hope you tried this. So 10 feet is the same as 120 inches, which is bigger than 100, so that's bigger. 3 feet is 36 inches, which means that is bigger than 12 inches. 43 feet is the same as 516 inches, so the 600 inches is bigger than 516. And 21 feet is the same as 252 inches, which means it's just a little bigger than 250. All right, and here we're going to find a measurement between two others. So say we have 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet. Which of the two measurements, so 2 and 3 feet or 3 and 4 feet, 4 and 5 feet, is 50 inches between? In other words, where would it go kind of on this number line? So you can ask yourself, is 50 inches bigger or smaller than 2 feet? Well, we know 2 feet is 24 inches, so it's definitely bigger than 2 feet, 50 inches. Okay, this would be 36 inches, this would be 48 inches, and this would be 60 inches. So 50 would go somewhere around here between 4 feet and 5 feet. So your answer is it's between 4 feet and 5 feet. Okay, and in a reverse example, which of the two measurements is 7 feet between? So here we've got a bunch of inches, and you want to figure out where 7 feet would go. So a really easy way to do that is to make the feet into inches. So 12 times 7. Now I'm going to get 84 inches. So 84 would go here, approximately. So that means 84 inches, or 7 feet, is between 80 inches and 90 inches. There's kind of a similar activity on your jump page, and if you have any questions, of course, you can email me or put the questions on the math document. I'll be very happy to talk to you about any questions you have. And that is it for our math lesson for today and tomorrow.